Hi everyone, it's a pleasure to be here. I hope you guys can hear me. The panel is very aptly titled Making Internet Relevant for Retail, and we have these digital transformers here who are all in the cusp of redefining omnichannel and making it super relevant. Right? Andre is also looking at his mobile phone. Just look at sales and how sales moves online and offline. I'm just pulling his leg. Great to have everyone. I want to, omnichannel has become a buzzword. And omnichannel, the definition of omnichannel has moved from almost from multi-channel to a complete user experience journey where it's really multiple touch points at multiple levels through this journey. And few retailers have got it right, many have not, and many are on this journey in terms of the entire funnel. I wanted to start with Jaydeep, because Jaydeep is a part of the GreenHonchos team, which is powering commerce stacks for India and this whole $55 billion D2C wave in India that's being played out, right? And Jaydeep, what have you seen in terms of retailers who have done it right and who have best practices? What does Omni mean to you?
So Omni to me is everything everywhere all at once.
Sure.
That's simply how I look at it. And for us, the challenge is largely, the Indian retailers are very progressive, but they don't seem to always appreciate the kind of scale that they can hit in the e-commerce space. So usually they think the relationship is between the customer and the store, and the customer and her phone. Now, the thing is, once you start thinking that the relationship is with the brand and not with your physical space, everything changes. We've been helping scale brands. We work with brands. In the beginning, they would not even understand the importance of stitching up all the inventory onto the front end, onto the digital front. Because they said all the digital orders will get fulfilled from a warehouse. So they would have separate verticals of inventory. I think that journey has been exciting for us because very often I think we drove the optimism for the client. We've got clients who do, close to just 12 to 13 million US dollars a year only on digital. And I'm talking of fashion, because almost 80% of our business is fashion. So I think there's so much headroom in our markets, especially the Asian markets, where the customer is younger, and close to 50% of the consumption in India are with people who are under the age of 30, and most of them had mobile phones and the internet in their hands from the time they were born. So that, to me, is the large opportunity.
No, fantastic. I think you touched upon an important point, which is relationship with the brand and not the retail space, right? For you, for a retailer, which has probably moved omnichannel the last 2-3 years, how does the experience start, right, for a retailer moving omnichannel? And how does the journey then play out? If you can talk about the journey a little bit with an example also.
Yeah, so with a typical offline retailer, that's typically how the journey starts. They've all got some Shopify, they've got a Shopify template, a Shopify skin, they've executed the project, and they sit and pray that one day the customer will find them and,
right,
come forth.
Which doesn't happen usually.
Yeah. So with a lot of clients, especially the family-run businesses who do not have qualified enough teams, it's a matter of going out there and telling them that, listen, you've got to do SEO, you've got to do performance marketing.
Got it.
Because I think the easiest way to look at things is, let's have a website, let's have an Instagram account, let's get followers, and everything falls into place. We've got to explain to them it doesn't fall into place like that.
Got it.
You've got to build your website, you've got to curate the customer journey.
Got it.
You've got to make your entire journey right up to the cart easy, return to origin has to be easy. And the more difficult one to convince existing offline retailers, remember that the physical retail experience is an immersive one. The physical retailer gains by keeping the customer longer in the store and discovering, you can go into Nike Town, you want to keep discovering things, right?
Sure.
Or a good home store, Crate and Barrel, whatever it is, you want to see more and more. But in the digital space, your span of attention is 15, 20 seconds.
Sure.
If I don't get the product I like on the landing page or the home page, I'm not going to sit there for 20 minutes. I cannot create an immersive experience because here I'm fighting for the customer's time. How much can I show him in those 30 seconds before I lose him.
Got it.
So I think trying to get that and everyone to appreciate on the same page and understand it on the same page, I think those are the challenges that we typically face today.
No, fantastic. I'll just give an example from Lenskart, my previous journey, wherein while the online, offline at the checkout might have been broadly equal, when we did a study, almost 70% of all journeys started with online first, right? Which was the journey, and then a lot of it then ending up in retail because consumers are just more comfortable, and retail has now become a very immersive space, and especially in Dubai, where it's an entertainment zone, so people love to shop there, right? But it's an interesting insight. I want to move to Anish. Anish, Lulu has seen this transformation, and if no one has been to the Dubai Festival City, Lulu, I strongly recommend you go there because it's a complete new age format and retail format. I don't know what you guys call it. It's hypermarket or it's a massive supermarket.
Yeah, it's a hypermarket.
Hypermarket, right? And what is your role? What is Lulu's view on Omni? What is Lulu's view on the internet? Right? And how have you, with this transformation, how has the internet played a role in powering it?
So early on in the game, we were actually looking at how to add new channel of sales. That is where we started back in 2013. That's where we actually started playing with commerce as such, with a small category, for example. TCG was the initial ones, which went online. The idea was to give and then additional channels, and we wanted to, convince the our management, which is like, yeah, it is a family-owned business.
Sure.
We had to convince them, build, show, and convince.
Of course, you had the tough task.
We had a tough task.
You succeeded.
We did because so you would have seen the evolution of our
Sure.
luluhypermarket.com over the years. We started off creating it as a different channel. If you look at it, it was called luluwebstore.com.
Got it.
In the beginning. Later on, by 2016 or 17, we added our core categories into it. Groceries came on board. And then that is the time we realized that it is not going to be multi-channel anymore. It is going to be single brand, right? So customer is going to talk to your brand. We renamed it to luluhypermarket.com.
Fantastic.
At that point in time.
Got it.
Which means there is no demarcation between online and offline anymore.
Got it.
And that's how we have carried forward over the years now.
Got it. And how do you all think about your journey? Because how much online marketing or display marketing does Lulu in the beginning of the journey? And also, I would like for you to touch upon the very innovative, not loyalty, but this lottery as loyalty service that you all have, right? Which is a innovation which strikes hard at you when you're at a Lulu store. And if you can touch upon that as well.
So on this front, there is a submission from my side. So we were late to get into the space of knowing our customers,
Sure,
right? So, but yes, we did take an initiative, driven by our marketing team to get into some sort of engagement where we could know our customers.
Sure.
That one of the avenues which we thought was to, it was paper-based.
Right.
All the raffle draws used to be paper-based. People used to, queue up, find it very difficult. We thought we'll transform that.
Got it.
So then we put a portal in place. The results were amazing, right? Amazing. So even with that win as the message, we were able to attract a lot of customers.
Got it. So how does it work, just for people to understand? So you go and shop at Lulu, you get a bill, and the bill automatically goes into the lottery?
In fact, we started very different. So initially, to prove the concept, we were also not very sure whether people will take this channel seriously, right?
Right.
So about going online and registering and all those. But then we saw that. So in the initial phases, we were actually asking the customers to register online, and then we had a back-end process, pipeline which validates the receipts, and then send out the coupons. So this was in a kind of runaway success for us. All the raffle draws which happened afterwards were this. And all our engagements with the customer which followed were based on this information. Right? So we put a engagement platform in place, and then we started communicating to customers using either whatever available channels we had, for example, email, SMS, or whatever we had at that point in time. Later on, the commerce channel came in.
Got it.
Where in commerce, we made sure that every customer had to register. There was no guest checkout on purpose initially, right? That data, now we are able to actually collate and then create a view out of it now.
Got it.
As of now, we actually built a CDP
Right.
where all this data is getting collated.
Sure.
And then we have a clear view of it.
Got it.
That is getting enriched by our loyalty program, which we recently released.
Got it.
So that is the step-by-step approach we took to, to come to this stage.
Amazing strategy. You've given away some big secrets.
Yeah, we could not actually go big bang.
Sure.
So the scale of operations that we have,
Right.
there are certain projects we had to do it in steps. So now here we are.
And it's sort of a monthly lottery sort of a system.
That is also there, yes.
Yeah. So this is like, we talk about loyalty.
Surprise element is always,
Talk about loyalty as a service, but this is lottery as a service. Yeah. Great. So I just want to bring you in, Santosh. Obviously, Brands for Less has really captured the share of the wallet of the retail consumer and also the brand here, right? And I understand how do you all look at internet in your stores, right? And if you can touch upon the whole click and collect and how that has played out for you all.
Sure. Maybe I'll start with the internet first, or maybe earlier we used to look at internet as a digital footprints where we were capturing it, the store, how many customers are visiting, how do we capture it. Now the internet has evolved. We are looking at more AI and enabled devices where we can look at the behavior analyst as well, like customer behaviors, what are the products they purchase and everything. So we can do a proper digital marketing, a segmented one. And coming to click and collect, so click and collect is a challenging business because we have to maintain the inventory in a single space because the physical and the e-com inventory has to be combined to make it more successful. So click and collect gives them a more seamless experience where they can maybe save some money on the delivery cost as well, looking at click and collect, so where they maybe place an order at the preferred location so that they can go and collect it, maybe saving some money, and maybe they get both the fields. Maybe they can return the order there itself, or maybe they can look at the orders, the materials and the products and proceed.
Got it. And does BFL also have a website, a web platform? How big of a play is that in your overall strategy?
So now we are currently enhancing the web page. We are making more it customized.
That's where you've come in?
Yes.
Okay.
So now we are making it more customized where if I'm shopping at offline, I have maybe with the loyalty and everything, I may able to tie back that what customer has purchased. If not, I don't have any data. So now we are looking at how we can show a customized web page, like based on his previous purchases, so we are enhancing our websites as well.
Got it. To bring and mobile as well.
Mobile as well.
Okay, fantastic. I want to bring Andre. He talks about mobile. You can't move away from mobile without talking about Samsung, right? You look at all of Samsung retail here, right? But also it's not your stores; it's partner stores, right? So how do you all look at online and internet in your stores? Also, given the Korean roots, which is quite cutting edge, advanced when it comes to Omni, right? It'll be good to hear some insights on things that are trending and so on and so forth. Right?
Yeah. First of all, internet in the retail is very important. I would say in 2023, where we're living right now, internet enables you in the retail to drive your communication, update it really fast to your customer, right? Like, for example, we are having Ramadan coming to us really fast, and then if we have internet connected store, then we can simultaneously right away connect all the communication that we would like to do right away. In terms of the Korean roots and what you're thinking about is the endless cell technology. Yeah, we adopted this technology back in 2019 here in Dubai.
Endless cell
technology,
okay,
yes. And we see, I would say, big future for this technology because this technology basically carries a lot of benefits for the customer, right? First of all, it's the product range expansion. It's also logistical potential savings because you don't need to duplicate the stock. You can just deliver it right away from your .com, right? But also, it's very important for us as Samsung, as people who are caring about the customer experience everywhere, omnichannel, not only online, offline, everywhere basically, it's very important to acknowledge and recognize the need of the customer who is coming to the store. After all, endless aisle is technology that is replacing your own experience from buying online, right? And then this experience being replaced to this store, right? Now, what is the reason for the customer to come to the store in this case? And the reason might be several ones, right? One of them would be like the customer wants to socialize. One of them, the customer needs more information. One of them, the customer needs more touch and feel experience, right? Before they want to buy the product. And then for some of our products, it's like they don't buy it from the very first visit, they buy it from the second or maybe third visit, right? So it's important to make sure that even if we adopt technology and style, or we somehow enable the customer to order products from the store, we anyway provide some classic but very customer-oriented experience.
So how does it really work, endless aisle? We've all seen this video in the metros. I think it's perhaps in Seoul, where consumers, there's a screen and then you pick and then by the time you reach your destination, the produce is reaching your home. Right? That's one part of it. How does Samsung use this at its stores over here in Dubai?
Like for example, if we have some very unique product that you cannot buy anywhere else. For example, you can buy it only in the brand shop. But even in brand shop, this product, like for example, customized color phone, right? This is something you don't find anywhere.
Sure.
You can only find it somewhere in the very specific places. So promoter can help you, for example, to pick the color that you would like to have. They can help you understand the color matrix, and then you order it, and then you get it delivered to your house.
Got it.
Yeah.
Got it. And with partners you work with over here, right? So obviously Samsung is retailed through modern retail and other distributors. How are you seeing that internet being used by these retailers in terms of retailing Samsung?
Mostly for the communication, I would say.
Okay.
These retailers are using it for the communication and for streamlining the communication between the headquarters and the store, because they also are interested in making this customer journey simultaneous, right? I mean, it's repetition what builds trust of the customer. If they heard it somewhere or they saw it on social, and then they come to the store, and then the communication is similar and similar way communicated, then they are confident that they are in the right store and they get right offer that they heard about, right? So usually with the customers, with the partners, we use the internet for this streamlining communication first, and the second, if we have the ideas of the endless aisle application, then in this case we'll also apply it this way.
Got it, got it. Jaydeep, I want to bring you in one point. We all talk about the Omni and we talk about internet, right? However, if there was a study recently done on the key parameters that drives internet sales, one part is user experience, but the big part is delivery time, right? Which also tells you why 15-minute delivery has become such a huge thing globally, right? And what is your and big part of Omni is also logistics, actually, right? And what is your view and your advice to retailers in terms of the right delivery times and in terms of setting up a nimble infrastructure to help deliver on that?
So I think the instant gratification model that you need your product within 1 hour, 4 hours, or a day, I think is important in certain categories. Let's assume you've got to go for an evening out and you need a dress for yourself. You might want to shop online and go to the nearest store and pick it up.
Sure.
So I think that part can be handled if you have stores close by. In a country as vast as India, most large companies work with multiple warehouses, in 3 different regions, so they're able to fulfill everything in 24 hours. But I think the whole demand, as far as clothing is concerned, I don't think people necessarily want it in the next 4 hours, unless there's a serious occasion. I think what will probably catch on in large countries is that you might have dark stores, and I'll explain what dark stores mean. They're basically click and collect stores. So I'm just taking a name. You can take Zara, for example, and there's no Zara in a little city. You just have a dark store where somebody can shop online and go and pick up that product in a little warehouse in the city. It's like a collection point.
Sure.
I like the dress, and I can't travel into another city, so I'll go and pick it up there. I think that is how it will have to be solved, because in India we're realizing food delivery services and so on, who are all in India, they promise 10 minutes delivery, 15 minutes delivery. People are not that hungry, I mean, to be honest, that they want food in the next 15 minutes. I mean, I know there are people in, in many countries who are poor, but nobody wants food exactly in 15 minutes, you know. We wait 20 minutes in a restaurant. So I think some things are over-serviced.
Got it.
I think you need to start calibrating and see what makes most economical sense.
So where the ROI is, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So Anish, what's Lulu's view on this? What is the right time to deliver a product from luluhypermarket.com?
So our experience is like, people who are coming onto our website is interested in the range that we give.
In the
product range.
Sure.
Right. So
they don't mind getting it next year.
There is no, that's correct. So anyway, there is different categories that we give, right from department store to groceries, and groceries being the main. But again, what we have noticed is the baskets are not small.
Sure.
And with that kind of basket, people do understand that, it will take some time.
Got it.
We're not talking about days, it's at least hours.
Right.
Right. So we did try out, did an A/B testing with ultra-fast deliveries as well. But the interest that we saw for that was as big basket deliveries were very different in our case, right? But yes,
what do you mean by that? You
expectation.
say people are more interested.
No, so people were actually looking for a big
basket.
Bigger
Wow.
basket. Yeah.
Wow.
It was interesting to see from our side. Yeah.
Got it.
And
but also could be your consumer audience, right?
Yes, but at the same time, there is expectation from the customer.
Right.
It used to be slotted deliveries earlier, right? During COVID,
right.
we all ran out of capacity, and then orders were getting spilled to the next day. All those. Now it is not there. We are all capacity has increased, and we are able to deliver on the same day.
Sure.
But at the same time, we did receive calls from customers saying, "Okay, why are you taking 2 hours? Lulu is next door." Right, so he's staying next to a Lulu hypermarket in Barsha, but the expectation was Lulu was delivering from there.
Got it.
Right, so in fact, the system is built so that all our stores can be part of fulfillment, but we did not do that in the day one. So we are now adding more and more fulfillment centers instead of going for a central fulfillment center, so that we want to address this expectation from the customer going forward to bring down this delivery time. Yes, it is in our interest as well as customer expectation.
Sure, but also
in line with the customer.
Learning and studying from data. When you look at categories that are successful online, categories versus categories that are successful offline, and you overlap the two, what are the findings that you see?
So you mean
inside the Lulu universe, right? How many SKUs you have?
Yeah.
And there must be some products that sell far more online than offline, and vice versa, right?
We don't see that difference.
No, you don't. Okay, all right.
Don't see that difference.
So people are buying it.
It is like, that's why I said. So it's like Lulu. It is Lulu. So people come here, shop the same thing, go online.
And mobile is the same
thing.
Also.
Mobile is also the same thing.
But
it is driven by promotions. For example, certain categories are driven by promotions. Yeah.
Got it. And what about you guys? What is, according to Brands for Less, what is the right delivery time when otherwise you see sales drop off?
It depends on the customer needs. For example, as JV said, it could be like few hours as well, or the next day delivery. Nowadays, the people are expecting same day or next day. But maybe one gentleman mentioned earlier today, if people are partying on Friday night, they expect to order it on the Friday noon, and try to get it on Friday evening. That makes more sense. It depends on the customer demands, I would say.
Got it. Cool, Jaydeep, this, I think you said it right, that some of this is not required, right? But it happens. And there is a wave of private equity, venture capital, and various other elements feeding some of this, right? Not great for the consumer, not great for retailers, but perhaps great for enablers like you. You can continue to provide this service and sort of monetize, right? So what do you see as where is omnichannel going now? I think we spoke about endless aisle. We've spoken about super fast delivery and being extremely nimble, right? What are the next steps in the future of omnichannel, right? And where do you see this elephant in the room called the Metaverse playing a role in this?
I think that as far as omnichannel is concerned, firstly, the first phase of retail was when you had physical stores, and you said, now the customer is away, I must find a way of fulfilling his need or her need through digital. And there was a time when people walked into our stores and we told them, why don't you like us on Instagram and Facebook? Because you were trying to generate likes on your brand through the store. But today, people are seeing you on Instagram and Facebook first, and then they come looking for your stores. So I think digitally influenced shopping will become a very large piece. So I don't see something as being physical, digital, phygital. I don't see that. I think it's all going to be one seamless universe. As a brand, you need to have 360-degree view of the customer. There has to be one loyalty program. Finally, it's your customer's relationship with your brand, which is going to transcend channels and categories.
Got it.
I think that is where the world is moving towards.
Got it. What are you seeing in Korea and other markets as to what's going on?
Yeah, first of all, I've never been to Korea.
But from your within the Samsung ecosystem.
What we care a lot about is to make sure that customer has similar great experience across all the different touch points. And what we're talking about, the customer journey should be like one simple line, and we agree with that. And we believe that there should be very seamless experience of the in-store and also in the digital. And in some cases, it takes a little bit more effort, because in some cases, it takes some more devices to be connected. Like, for example, the store should have also not only the internet, but also the devices should be connected to each other. Like, for example, in the smart home, the concept that we just started like a year ago, and we push a lot right now. So what we believe at Samsung is that the experience of the customer should be simultaneously great across all the different touch points, whether it's retail or online.
Got it. And what's your take on phygital and screens inside? If you look at the apparel group, they came up with their first phygital store at the Dubai Hills Mall, which is no people inside. It's just completely. I shopped at the Amazon store in London. Again, great experience, right?
Yeah.
What's your take on that wave, and how do you see that playing out?
We'll see how it evolves.
Okay.
We'll see how it evolves. The famous experience of Tesco in Korea in 2011, where they put the different pictures of the product on the subway and the scanning, etc. That's a great experience, but that was something new for that age back then, right, 12, 20 years ago. Now, what is happening right now, it's a little different experience, and the experience of, for example, not need to scan your product. This is something great, by the way, right? But not too much applicable for the products which are consumer electronics or something like that. That's very good for the classic retail, right?
Fantastic. I want to get your views, Anish, right?
So phygital, yes, it does make sense
Sure.
in certain categories within the shop.
Are we going to see a Lulu phygital store soon without any people?
We do have.
Okay, where is that?
We have our store in Qatar, which is in
Phygital?
No, not phygital. It's completely autonomous.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. I wasn't aware of that.
So that is again awaiting commissioning.
What is that called?
It's called Lulu.
Okay,
Lulu
okay.
Daily or Lulu Express. Yeah, but yeah, it's
And people have to
completely
check in through the Lulu app and...
No, you just tap the card, walk in, take the product, go out.
Okay.
Right. Tap your credit card or debit card,
Okay.
get into the store, walk out. This is it.
Wow, okay.
Yeah, so that is the experience we're trying to build there. But again, coming back to phygital, I think there are certain departments within the shop floor where we can enhance the experience of the customer.
So this is camera enabled, what you have in Qatar?
It is multimodal.
Multimodal.
So, yeah, so there are sensors, there are cameras as well.
Got it.
Yeah.
Sorry, go on.
Yeah, so here in shop floor, for example, there are certain categories like footwear where you can't display everything, where I think, phygital would make sense, like to enhance the customer experience. If you've been to our stores, like you take one of the stores, which is in Festival City, right?
Yes.
Where you have the seating area to
Yes.
dine in.
Yes.
So that is, why did we bring in? We wanted to enhance the experience of the customer who are coming into our stores. Similarly, I think there are avenues where we can look into phygital
Got it.
to enhance the customer experience.
Got it,
Yes.
got it.
And you'll see that shortly. Yeah, in the-
Fantastic. We look forward to it. Right.
So yes, customer experience is the ultimate goal. So we are also looking at self-checkout and autonomous stores and how we can balance the using the internet and the security part of it, and maybe giving a more seamless customer experience in brand for less. So we are working on it.
Fantastic. Great. I think we pretty much run out of time. I've been told, but it was a great panel. Thank you so much, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you. See you in the digital verse or in the phygital verse. or
Maybe
metaverse.
Metaverse.
Yeah, and the future of Omnichannel is bright, clearly, with what we are here. Thanks, guys. Big round of applause.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.